What is going on, you guys? This is JProGaming with another video. This video is going to touch base on the 3 new cards that were released today. Actually, depending on when I put this video out, yesterday. But they were added to the Signature Series Choice Pack. We got a 99 LK line, we got a 98 Ryan Braun, and a 96, I believe that is, Ian Kinsler. You can see him real small right there. I'm going to jump into all these stats real quick, and then after these cards, I'm going to talk about some cards that you should invest in for long-term profit. These are cards that towards the end of the year might have some profitability if you invest now. So let's jump into these 3 cards here real quick. First one's the ALK line. Let's jump into it. This is a very good card. This is a rare card. He's got great contact, 110, 119. He's got very good power at 89, 93. Vision's at 124. Great discipline, great clutch. His fielding's at 96, 93 arm strength, and 95 arm accuracy with 88 reaction. The only way we're going to get that is if we buy one of these packs and get lucky, but you will be seeing this card a lot in lineups here shortly because I know people are going to be buying this card. So very good rare card here. The next one is this Ryan Braun, this 98 Ryan Braun. This is also a very good card. Not good defense, but he's got 104, 120 contact, 94, 108 power, 95 vision, so very good vision still. And then he's got 112 clutch, and his defense is not very good at 68. So he will be probably a pinch hitter for a lot of teams. Depending on people's lineups and whatnot, but this is also a very good offensive card to be using. Very good speed, good stealing at 80 and 79 base running aggressiveness. So this is also a card that might come off the bench. It could be starting in some people's lineups, but for me it will not, just because defense is very important for me. And yeah, something maybe you guys could maybe invest in, but he will be pretty expensive. He is the mid-tier, so maybe something you guys can look at, but very good second card that came out today. And the last one is this Ian Kinsler here. This Ian Kinsler has 90 contact versus right, 106 versus left. He's got 106 vision, 80, 85 power, 103 clutch. Very good fielding with 86, so he's a gold fielder technically, but his arm strength, he's technically 86. That's technically a diamond. Arm strength 66. Yeah, but good speed at 75, stealing is at 87. So very good second baseman. The good second baseman, this is one of the few righty second basemen. There's a lot of switch hitters and lefties, but this is one of the rare second basemen that is a right-handed hitter. So maybe something you guys can look into too. This might be a card that people might be using. So he won't be a bench pad. He'll be a starter for a lot of teams. So something you guys can maybe, if you have the stubs, go after him. Very good card, but let's get into the main point of this video. Let's get into some long-term investments for down the road. The first card we're going to look at is obviously a Chicago White Sox player. This is Eloy Herrera. He's been one of the top prospects over the last couple of years in Major League Baseball, and I just feel like he will eventually get to a silver at some point. I feel like after the All-Star break, he's going to start hitting the ball a little bit. He's been doing okay. He's hitting about 240 right now. He's got about 13 home runs, I believe. I didn't really look up his stats, but he is on my fantasy team, so I kind of keep track that way. But I could see his contact going up a little bit. I feel like his power is going to come around a little bit more. I could see his vision going up a little bit as well. His fielding won't go anywhere. He's not the best fielder. Speed might stay right there, but I feel like he could get to a silver a little bit after the All-Star break if he keeps hitting, or if he starts to hit more consistently. So this may be a card you guys might want to look into. He's going for about I forgot what it was. Max value right now is 225. I could see him being in the 400 range at some point if he turns silver. So he was going for like 1100 when he first came out, but that was just because it's a fresh, new, shiny card, and he had a lot of hype around him. So maybe something you guys can look into. Eloy Herrera, future silver, I believe. I don't think he'll get gold this year, but I feel like he will get to silver if he hits the ball a little bit. Here's another card that I feel like could be a long-term investment. This is Kevin Newman. No one knows much about him. He's 25 years of age. He has been hitting the ball very well lately. He's on my fantasy team, so I've been following him pretty close. The last 2 weeks, he's hitting 360. He's got 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. On the season, he's hitting 327 with 199 plate appearances. 327, 5 home runs, 5 stolen bases. He's starting to hit the ball. He was never really a big prospect for hitting, but he came up to the majors, and he's pretty much been consistent all season. So this could be he's at 68 right now. I could see him getting to a silver at some point. If he keeps hitting, I don't see why he can't get to mid-70s, something. Right now, I think he's going for around 120 stubs. That's max value. The buy now, I believe, is at 47 is what I just saw. So maybe a card you guys could look into if you're looking for a long-term investment. Kevin Newman, Pittsburgh Pirates. So something you guys could look into. All right, here's another card I think could actually end up getting a gold by the end of the season, maybe sooner than later. This is Alberto Mondesi. He's already a 78 silver. He's been on the DL for a while now. He actually just came back today, so today's his first game back. But if you look at his numbers last year, he hit 276 with 14 home runs and over 30 stolen bases. He already has 26 stolen bases this year already. So I could see his hitting going up. He's currently hitting around 268, I believe. But I could see his contact going up a little bit, pushing into that gold territory. He is a decent fielder, so I feel like fielding could stay right there. And then power might go up just a tick. He had 14 home runs last year, so I could see him hitting, if he stays healthy, the second half of the season. I could see him being a 20 home run. He's already at 26 stolen bases, so 40, 45 stolen bases if he stays healthy. So Alberto Mondesi, silver to gold. This is a long-term investment you might want to look at. All right, this next card actually isn't in the game right now. It's Dylan Cease of the Chicago White Sox. He's a starting pitcher. He just got called up. He's going to be pitching tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And yeah, he's all the hype that is of any player in the White Sox organization. He is part of the rotation, which is what they just came out with. So he will be on the rotation probably for the rest of the year. Not sure where his price is going to come when he comes out. It could be one of those cards that jumps out pretty high, and it will be a rare card, but he could drop down a little bit, and that will probably be the time to pick him up. I could just see him being a long-term investment since the All-Star break is coming up, and I feel like he is bound to take off. He was on the Chicago Cubs. He came over in the Jose Quintana trade. Yeah, but just one of those cards to keep an eye on. Dylan Cease of the Chicago White Sox. Not in the game yet, but something to keep an eye on. All right, this is another card that actually is not in the game right now. His name is Brendan McKay. He is basically Shohei Ohtani. He can pitch and he can hit. In his first outing, he went 6 strong and struck out 3. He ended up getting the win. His card, like I said, is not in the game, but it will be in the game, I believe, the next update. I'm not sure when that'll be. Probably Friday, I believe, is when they update the transactions. But I guess, yeah, AAA, he was in 961 OPS, so he can hit the ball as well. His first game as a DH, he did go 0 for 4, but that was just one quick game. He is more prone to be a better pitcher than hitter. Definitely to keep an eye out on him just in case. He'll probably start off as a, I assume he'll probably start off as a bronze, maybe get to a silver. Yeah, just a card to keep an eye on. His name's Brendan McKay of the Tampa Bay Rays, starting pitcher / DH. This next one is going to be a little bit more expensive. He is already a gold. It's Charlie Morton of the Tampa Bay Rays, starting pitcher. And I feel like he's going to get to diamond here shortly. He's always up on inside edge. He does have 5 pitches. He touches 97 miles per hour. On the season, I'm looking at stats here. He's got 100 innings pitched. He's got 100 innings pitched, a 2.4 ERA. He's got 120 strikeouts and 8 wins. He is pitching right now, and he's got 4.2 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts, 1.9 ERA. So he just continues to dominate. He is later in his career. I think he's 35 years old, but he just continues to pitch well. Last year for the Astros, let's see his stats real quick. Last year for the Astros, he had 15 wins, a 3.1 ERA, 201 strikeouts, in 167 innings. So he's a pretty dominant pitcher. Does actually walk a lot, but for his ERA and whatnot, I feel like his control could be bumped up a little bit. Stamina maybe a little bit too, to push him over the hump to become a diamond. So the only problem is right now he's going for 3K in stubs. So it's one of those investments that if you think he's going to go diamond, yeah, you're going to have to spend some stubs here. So if you got a bank full, something you want to invest in, Charlie Morton might be your guy. I feel like he will get to diamond here shortly. He's always up, like I said, on inside edge. So someone you may want to invest in. This last one we're going to go over today is Louie Garcia of the Chicago White Sox. We started with Eloy Jimenez. Now we're going to end with Louie Garcia. Louie Garcia is the leadoff here for the White Sox. He's having a pretty good season, a quietly good season. He's hitting 290 on the year. He's got 5 home runs, and let me see how many stolen bases he's got since I'm looking. He's got 8 stolen bases. In the last week, he's hitting 391. The last 2 weeks, he's hitting 364, 9 runs, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. So he's doing what your leadoff hitter wants to do. He's getting on base. He's scoring runs. I can see his contact going up a little bit. Last year, he hit 274. He did have 4 home runs and 12 stolen bases, but now he is an everyday player. So I could see him definitely getting an upgrade here. He is currently a 72 by the end of the year. If he continues to hit the ball like he is, I mean, he's got 5 home runs now. I could see him finishing definitely double-digit home runs and stolen bases. I could see him being a 20 stolen base guy, maybe 10 to 12 home runs, right around there, maybe 25 stolen bases. So this might be their prototypical leadoff hitter that the White Sox have needed. He's kind of crept up the last couple of years. He's gotten better each year. And then this year he's kind of put it together. So good time for him to be putting it together as other young talent is in the minor leagues. And most of it has come up. So Louie Garcia, I could see him getting to a silver at some point later in the year if he continues to hit. He's actually very cheap right now. He's only 56 stubs. So if you got, I got 23,000 stubs. I could buy 20 of these right now and it won't make too much of a dent in my stubs. So maybe something to look into. And yeah, this is a long-term one, so you might not get an upgrade this upcoming upgrade, but down the road I can see him being a silver by the end of the year for sure. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully some of these long-term investments will pay off for you. Hopefully this did help. If you do have questions, put them in the comments down below. I'll try and answer as much as I can. Follow me on Instagram. I'm very active there. You can direct message me. I'm pretty open to responding if it's a legit question. If you have video recommendations that you'd like to see, put those in the comments as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.